I should be streaming now. Let's see. Oh, I am streaming. Yes. Hello. Can you see my kitty over there yawning away? She had to make her opinion known, and she says, "Okay, before you start streaming work, Eric, you have to come over and start. Show the world that you're not." This is Olivia. She's been with us now for just short about 10 months. No, that's 11 months now. She now spent most of her life with us. She's had a very tough start. Hey, I gotta work. I gotta work. I'm live. Sorry, guys. Olivia, you can come over here and hang out if you want. So anyway, hi. Um, now to explain quickly what we're going to be doing, or what I am doing this evening, is what we have is inside the game system we have a stat system like just like about every video game has. You have the blue and red bars for magic and health or mana and health or energy, or we have our own mood bar system as anybody's played it, but we've really never started codified it until about a couple of months ago, and we never really stress tested it because personally I have been so busy. Let me see, is my audio going through? I think it is. Yeah, it is. There's it's kind of hard to test the mood bar system inside the main game world because there is just so much other stuff going on. So what I did was I created sort of a liminal playland, a white box that contains food. There are going to be butterflies. There are going to be animals that the cat could talk to, beds. Each cat has their own house with, food. There are various ways the cats can have fun and such. And we just want to make sure that the way we have it balanced right now, I mean, does it make any sense at all? So we're going to eventually, or at the end of the week, when we have this finalized, we're going to be sending this out to the playtesters. And it's just basically going to be like, just take care of 9 cats, Tamagotchi sort of thing, and see if there are any persistent issues that constantly show up. Right now, we are playing this as if there are only 10 minutes in a day. The food drains in 3 days, and the comfort drains in 3 days. I actually would like that to be 2. And really, I like the idea that once cats get like a little bit pumped up on fun, it doesn't drain. It should drain a little bit over time, but nowhere near as fast as the others. Because really, unless you do something intentionally bad to the cat, it shouldn't lose much fun. But all for the sake of such, I'm going to set that at 10 days. So, let's see. And what we have now is we have to go over and make sure that our day-night system is set to 10 minutes. Yeah, you can see here, day cycle length in minutes, 5. Modifier 1, 1. Hold on, is the entire cycle in 5? So day length, the entire cycle should be 10 minutes, I think, right? Yeah, day-night. It's a day-night cycle, so yeah, the entire cycle is 10 minutes. Okay, great. Oh, okay, yeah, I see where they have this. I'm still getting used to the new enviro, so just pardon my ignorance here. So I'm going to put on a little bit of music in the background while I'm working. Now, and as usual, we have 0 viewers, but I know we're going to get 1 or 2. What's strange enough, I mean, I constantly mention this, is that there are times where it seems nobody shows up until about an hour into the stream, and then people just all of a sudden just pile in here all of a sudden. Pardon me, why? Let's see. I'm just looking for, I think I could play that. I know Sal, I believe. So, And I'm not going to play it in the string. I could play it a little bit, just a little bit. Really, it just sounds like rumbling in the background. So, let's see. Go back to my streaming window. No viewers. Awesome. But anyway, so we have this set. And first off, let's just run. Oh, and let's see. I have absolutely nothing news to talk about. I mean, really, I'm not a news broadcast, but man, I mean, it's patently obvious that Russia blew up the dam. Oh, but I'm not going to get into that. I am officially against the war. I don't want any either side. I just want it to end because it's screwing with the economy. It's causing food prices to rise, and it's just messing with everything. How all of a sudden we have no shadows again? Okay, sorry. This is annoying. I'm more upset about the lack of shadows here. I'm very sorry. Let me go back. What the heck is going on here? This seems to happen consistently. Let's see here. First off, let's set the quality to high. So, oh, it is set to ultra already. So what the heck is going on? All right. Dang it. Sorry about this, guys. Sun and moon directional light. Let's check our shadows. I'm going to remove the command buffer because that shouldn't be some soft shadows. Let's just go hard shadows because it's just stupid. Come on, we got to have some shadows. And it's real time. Oh. Well, let's give it a try. Sorry, I can't be sure sometimes. Oh, hello, we have viewers. Hello. What we're doing here is, again, I'm setting up this light bug. I shouldn't be so concerned about the lighting. I just should move on. We seem to be having this inconsistent lighting issue because, come on, the sun is about to come up over here and we don't seem to have any shadows at all. Let's just wait here. But really, I'm just concerned about what we're going to do is we're going to go over and we're going to wake up all the other kitty cats here and see. Yep, all the cats are there. So we're going to add a couple to our clouder here. There we go. And get another kitty. Come on, guys. All right, great. Oh, there. Yeah, that's all right. Come on, boy. All right. Yeah, because right now I just want to again run around for a few minutes and make sure that all the cats that are under my control don't die of starvation. I'm gonna have to talk to Lance about the grouping on these guys. That's a little bit tight. You're a little bit tight with each other. Max cats a distance from each other. Let's just get in a car. We still haven't done the driving positions for these guys. It's kind of annoying, but we're waiting for some animation work to come through. And so really still when the cats are driving, they still just stand there. It's sort of stupid. But hey, what can you do? Now I'm wondering, if we don't seem to be seeing their fun level rising. I thought that if a cat was going to be riding... Yeah, we have shadows now. There we go. Okay. Let's just get off here. And, okay. I may have to speed it up because 10 minutes may be too long. I mean, I could see the bars on the lower left, they are phasing out. I have a feeling that we're going to see one of our testers, Wayne, showing up this evening. And she eats. Yep. And there it goes. Yeah, she's replenished that. Now, let's see if we because when they flush a toilet, they should get some fun out of it. Okay, no fun. Gonna have to talk to Lance about that. We don't seem to have fun. Let's see if we bat toys around. Do we get any fun? Come on. Knock things over. Huh. The fun meter doesn't seem to grow. That is an issue. But you know, let's say we just go over to another group. We're going to go over to Kaline. I think we're going to be able to lower that like weight between cats. Because, all right, we got these guys. We're going to form a second clouder with whatever cats we can grab. Come on with me there, guy. Okay. There we go. I know Elizabeth already left with her friends. All right. There we go. All right. Who is not with us? Let's just head out, grab the other car, and visit the other folks and see what their situation is. I'm noting that we still don't see any butterflies. Butterflies should be cropping up, you know, at least at a certain level. I'm wondering if that got screwy. Whoa. Dang it, sorry. Oop. Oh yeah, food. That's where these guys are. Let's see. Oh, there they are. They shouldn't wander off. You know, one thing I would like to do is have it so that if you do leave a cat, say, near a bed, and they need to go to sleep, they will automatically go to sleep. We do need, it seems that these guys lack free will after a certain amount of time. Oh, no, it looks like she may be going to sleep soon. Yeah, we're going to have to talk about, like, autonomous behavior. But let's just go over here. Come on, let's go. You can go to sleep. And a bed. Yeah, and his comfort level is going to, like, come back much faster that he's on a bed. Because if a cat goes to sleep, they will automatically go to sleep after a certain point in time out in the outside world, and that'll like regain comfort at a certain level. But if you put them to bed in a proper bed, a cat bed, it will help. It'll make them better. Now it looks like that Lizzie's over there looking at the mushroom. She just really wants to eat that mushroom. Let's see if we can get that to happen. Yeah, we can get this down to like 3 seconds. Now, one thing, it looks like that he's, I think this kitty over here has formed some sort of like what do they call that? Cold fusion or something, or some sort of like Satori or something. He's levitating. I'm gonna have to talk to him. Is he moving? Okay, no, he's not. Now you see, the mushroom there. This is something I want to check. Is actually following the kitty that's asleep there, but I'm gonna have Liz try and capture that shroom. Yeah, she can still eat it, so he's gonna wake up and she's eating a shroom while he was away. These guys aren't going to sleep, it looks like, and they're moving a little bit too fast on their own. They're scooting a bit, but okay. So far we have a problem. Now you can see Lizzie's fatigue is already like there because we've messed around with her for about, you know, I think about how many minutes now? About 8 minutes or something. So already her like, you know, her fun. Now, comfort when the cat goes into the, oh yeah, the water, she's lost all comfort, and that should not be the case actually. Oh, another mushroom appeared. They do spawn occasionally, very fast in here actually. Because they're based on the day length set in the thingamajiggy poop. So, yeah, sorry for the shot at cat butt. So, let's see here. We're already... Yeah, she doesn't like this. She's not happy. She lost all of her comfort, so I'm going to put her to bed. Go to bed, Lizzie. Get your comfort back. I'm sorry you went into the water. Let's see if she floats. No, she doesn't. Well, let's see if we come back. Let's scoot over to another cat. Now, there's one cat that we do not have with us. Kaline. Let's check her. What's her deal? It looks like... Okay, yeah, she's the one that's asleep. But what's confusing to me... Yeah, it seems that her red... You see this red bar appears growing inside of the pause menu, but not out there. I'm going to have to check with Lance and see if the pause menu stats. And you see, Lizzie, because her thing went down to 0, she's no longer available. But that should not be the case. Throughout the game, you can lose. All these other cats will run off. And after a certain amount of time, they will respawn. And that's one thing I should have shown you, actually. Over here, if you lose control of a cat at a certain point in the game, and that means if you neglect the cat, you don't feed them, you don't keep them entertained, or you know, they, something else, or they will just run off for about 24 hours of in-game time. After which, they will randomly spawn in one of a number of places, and it will be places that that cat particularly likes. So it's one of those things you're going to have to get to know, you know, where the cat, you know, one of the many places the cat might show up. Because can I just say, growing up on a farm with outdoor cats, that's the way it always was. You just went to the places that they always liked, and that's eventually where you'd find them. And we gave 3 spawn points here just to test the random thing. And each one, it's like each cat has 3. And we put them all together so that they'd be easy to find. And when you find them again, when they respawn, and you can ask them to join back up again, and they're cool. It's just, you know, it's one of those things. If you don't take care of your cats, you lose control of them. Oh, hello, Nosferatu. Oh, you know, I'm creating a white box scene so we could test the Moodbar system that we have, because there are 3 stats, and anybody knows a cat who's owned a cat understands cats will only do things that are in their own interest. I mean, there are cats who will do tricks occasionally, but really, to get a cat, you have to get them. See, she's a darling little girl, but she don't do tricks. But the 3 stats inside this game are food and comfort and fun. Now, what you have to food comes from eating, and comfort comes from your surroundings, because each cat will have places where they are comfortable and places they are not. And comfort, you can recharge it by letting them go to sleep or putting them to bed. Also, you get a little bit of comfort. We're thinking, I don't know whether we want an internal poop system. It only makes sense because what it should do is we should have this. I mean, you can. It won't. The player perhaps will never know, but what we can do is have it so. For example, the cat is eaten 10 units of food. 2/3 of that food will go up into energy as the cat runs and walks and stuff and expends it. But 1/3 of that will always go toward poop. But the player will not know how. And the thing is depending on the poop level, that will see how much comfort they get from visiting the litter box. And it would be kind of a fun thing to have. I mean, well, it's a fun thing. Well, just as sort of a hidden stat, so that whenever you see a litter box, you're like, oh, maybe you should have the kid over there, see if he needs to go poop. And oh my goodness, I got a good comfort bonus out of that. Now the fun stat is unlike the other ones, because number one, cats are more spurned into doing activity if they are bored than food. They will get bored far faster than they will get hungry. It's look it up. I've done my research. Trust me. And all cats are different, of course. But so the comfort stat will be running out pretty quickly, more swiftly than the food. And the fun stat is something that's sort of separate from the other two, because it's a third stat that you try to build up to 100. And when you get fun up to 100, then your cat goes into sort of like, if you've ever played Red Dead Redemption, remember if you like ate enough chewing tobacco and, drank enough Dr. Elixir's cocaine syrup. You built that thing up to the point that you could do a lot of like bullet time aiming and a lot of neat tricks and stuff. That's what fun is. You're trying food and comfort are always going to be a concern, but your main goal is to get your cat's fun level up to the point that it can do. And when it's in the fun, it'll last for about 3 minutes. I think we're not sure. It may be less, maybe more. That's why we're doing this game balancing right now. But um, during that time, they'll be able to run faster. They'll be able to have a better chance of doing certain things like catching. So, and each one of these cats has a certain advantage to being in fun, to being in that heightened, extra fun mode. Uh, for example, Ronan, when he's high up on fun, he can't do anything exactly special because he's a kitten. Everything is fun to a kitten. But if he's in a group with all the other cats, they will get a fun bonus that's always ticking up as long as they are in a cloud or in a squad with Ronan. So you see, it's this thing. We're wanting to make it so that people, just like, I mean, every cat is different, and people are going to. I mean, we really want it so that people learn each cat's proclivities, and they'll be like, oh yeah, Liz, she likes to be a sushi. She likes to be near the ocean, etc., etc. Boy, he likes to be on top of bookshelves. If I'm going to leave him alone, leave him on top of a bookshelf, so his comfort level, gauges up over time, and I don't have to worry about that, etc. But this box does. The main problem with this box right now is it doesn't look like the fun thing is ticking up. But I want to give it one more try because it seems there's something wrong with the butterfly, but I want to give it a try over here. Because I know specifically when you hunt a butterfly, if you catch a butterfly, there's some things in the game that will boost both fun and your comfort and food level and your fun level at different levels. I mean, and you'll eventually learn, just as you were playing, if anybody was playing Skyrim, and of course, what open world video game fan didn't? I mean, or any Elder Scrolls game, if you were really into the potions, you knew as you were just going through the wilderness, oh, need that, need that, need that, need that, So, cat poop statistics, yeah. Actually, that could be something we keep track of, because I think, hold on. We do have a stats menu. We could, the stats menu's been disabled, it looks like. Sorry. I think Lance may have removed, oh no. Yeah, we could add pounds pooped, you say times meow, times aim jump, times sleep, times blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Just like we have the same sort of thing, in GTA. But anyway, yeah, let's grab a couple of other kitties to go with us. Grab a car and go and visit the zoo. Because we want to see, come here, you. All right, great. I want to see if we can grab ourselves a butterfly. Butterfly. Yeah. Now, right now, Lance has it so that if one of these cats is to climb something, or it will follow Liz, or it will, but we only have it so that it's one. Eventually, Lance will have the time to do it so that, geez, how do I put this? So that really, you see, when you have a cat and a clouder and they're all following you, there has to be a special Pathfinder script going. And the problem is that I mean, it gets exponentially more difficult with each one that you add on to that. He's gotten one. He can do 4, and he will do 4 eventually. I do not doubt him. But the problem is that it's just very, very difficult. Let's come over here. Okay, so let's see. The butterflies are still scooting on the ground, Lance. These deer. Get away from me, deer. I'm upset with you, Lance. I thought you said you fixed this. Oh, gosh, what's this? That's weird. We're inside the cat's head. Okay. I think I'm going to talk to Lance about, taking... Okay, there we go. where? Okay, but move it, move it. Okay, okay, far too high. But did she get a fun? Yeah, she didn't get a fun boost out of it. So really, this white box right now is not doable. I'm sorry that I mean over here in this these are all the animals and they will just follow us until the end of time over here. I just stuck all NPCs over here. Have them leave us alone because if we want that. So really, I guess I'm gonna have to talk to Lance about this. And we still seem to have the butterflies spawning on the ground, and that is just not acceptable. It has. I mean, butterflies don't scooch on the ground. That's why they're called flies. The butter ground. Uh, yeah. No, thank you so very much. And our animator is a wonderful young woman down in no, in Tennessee, in a town called Bluntsville. I lived in Tennessee for 13 years, and I wish her all the best of luck. At least real estate is cheap down there. Oops. Ooh, ooh. Oh, and because this has a capsule collider, that's why. But let's see. Okay, I'm gonna talk to Lance because one of those cats should have followed us. Maybe it's because I have two. Let me just get rid of that guy. So I only have one following me, and she doesn't even seem to be following me at all. She's stuck. Oh, there she went. Ah, okay. All right. That was a bug. And we seem to be a little bit of a jitter in the tail. There, I don't know what's going on there. I keep on saying we need to do something. Have an IK on the tail so that it follows and flows with the cat's movement. But she's one of these days. Hmm. Yeah, but again, without the fun, this is not going to work very well. And so, yeah, let's see. Boop. All right, there she is. And also, we need to add scratching pads and such. We had those at one point. That's another thing we need to add to this. But, one thing that would be kind of cool, I'm going to just test it because this is running an ultra. We can't do this in main, but I'm going to check the mushroom prefab. I'm just going to add actually a straight up, like, shadow to the light, which is, crazy. But because, I mean, every time you add a shadow to something, it's just really, I just discovered, I mean, how much that screws up your exterior the other day. Oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Save that. Yeah, I just, let's see. I said, we're gonna add a shadow to the mushroom, and I'd like to see just how that looks. Can I tear up couches? Let's see. We have not added deformable terrain and such to things. It would be easy enough to add a scratch decal. Just a decal that would paint itself onto a surface whenever that would be something to include. But right now, we're sort of in a situation where I mean, we are trying to get the alpha or no the public bait. What happened to our light? Now the light doesn't. Oh, it's because it's inside of there. Okay, dang it. Okay, just give me another second. Let's see here. Slancha, by the way, there, guys. Mushroom, just go in there again. Open. Yeah. Let's see here. No. Hold on. That is not inside of anything. That should not be causing anything. Does this guy cast shadows? Huh. I'm wondering why it's inside of that one point. That's odd. But let's just see here. Shadows. Skin mesh. Huh. Well, let's give it a try. It may not work. because it's way down there. But let's just see. Let's see again. And we have hard shadows. Quality settings for fire, everything. Okay, calling mask. Yep. And go back to our scene. Man, I want another sandwich. Man, I hate coding. Coding is such a left brain thing. And if I've never explained this, no, I've explained this many, many times. Laura and I are different than other game developers because usually here's how a game project goes. A coder who knows Unity gets an idea and they develop it as far as they can, and then they try and bring on creative people to do graphics and animation and stuff like that. Laura and I think I've asked ChatGPT to write more scripting than I ever have, and in the entire time that I've been in game development, I do not have a mind for coding. We were people who just had backgrounds in animation and art and such, and we approached it from the opposite direction. We were like, we're going to do like they did. The coders take it as far as they can, and then they bring in other people to help them out with the rest of their project that they can't do. And that was our theory, is that we were going to, with our knowledge of Unity at the time, we were just going to strike out, learn as we go, and take the project as far as we could with the knowledge that we had. And I figured eventually we would find people who would be willing to help us out. We did. Some were excellent, great people. Some were absolute scammer scumbags. It sucks, but there you have it. And why is the mushroom always over there? And it looks like, by the way, that the light dies as soon as a cat gets near, because when it's on a distance, you can see that. Okay, we're going to go back in and we're going to turn off the shadows and see if we get our light back. This is weird. All right. Let's see. Point light. All right, take off shadows. No shadows. All right, let's just see. And run it again. We were having a problem with light, or with the light earlier today, and goodness gracious, I just realized today that this recent playtest version was sent out with multiple errors, including the mushroom here not having lights attached to it, and the entire skybox fog system screwed. This time, let's just wait for the jellyfish to come. No, I keep on calling it the jellyfish. It's a mushroom. I'm gonna wait for the mushroom to come over here. It's arriving in toot sweet time. See, the light is on. I think that light just doesn't like shadows. That's cool. This is supposed to be sort of like a night light, but I thought I wanted like a sort of a bloom effect, or a volumetric effect around it. Hold on for a moment. Let's just check that out. Fully prepared to run with all game systems. Dying Light 2. I unfortunately don't know much about Dying Light 2. Let me just Google that. Let me Google that. Because I am quite the old person. Let's see here. Is that, I think I've heard about, is that the one, let's see, Dying Light. Open world of hungry zombies, yes, of course. Gore, oh, please, okay, yeah, I was born in 1901. I leave it at that. Yeah, is this the one where it's like, oh, no, there was... I'm not much of the whole zombie thing, but there was one game that was sort of like a city sim. And, It's just every day things got a little bit better, maybe, or a little bit worse. It depended on your playthrough. Maybe a little bit roguelike. And you know, but I have to confess, I'm not a huge fan of zombies. Because I don't mean to diss anybody who likes it because we all like our own stuff. But to me, it's just like as soon as a zombie comes into a game, I was just like, yeah, okay. Because it just seemed to be the thing for about 20 years of zombies. And I mean, thankfully, they screwed up, World War Z to the point that that sort of finally put a damper on it. But it's still going with games like The Last of Us and such. And I'm just so sick of zombies. And that doesn't mean people who like zombies are wrong or I'm right. I'm just like, uh, uh, please, let's just run it with things as is and see. And yes, we're going to be doing this again and again, but this time I'm going to put the kitty right over where the guy usually spawns, because maybe I'm going to go get a potato chip. I'm going to be right back. I'm feeling a little bit hungry. Sorry, be right back. It's like, oh God, it's a nuclear just missile approaching us. Oh God, we're blind. Oh poor God. Oh God. No, it's supposed to be so much smaller than that. But we're just gonna try that. Wacky. All right. Yep. And this is again game development. It's doing the same thing over and over, testing it. I'm making sure that it's just right. And we're gonna take this down to 3.3 and keep the intensity down to about 0.66. Let's see how that is. Nope. Oh God! Now I screwed up. We gotta go back. Give me a minute. And anyway, I got my potato chips. Can I tell you something? Don't ever get like health advice from me, but I can tell you, back in the day when I worked at the diner before, I was fortunate enough to make. Oh goodness, it's still huge. It's still coming at us. Okay, I think it's time to just immediately go back. Well, that's because it wasn't saved. Hmm. By the way, I should stop blabbing and see what Nosferatu has to say. Yeah, I could tell you Nosferatu. When I started Peace Island. Uh, we had cat animations originally done by a guy that had cred from Grand Theft Auto, but jeez, we just had a bad freaking idea at a certain point of we should have just stuck with that guy. Long story. You know, I'm learning just. I mean, just he's people are just how awful this is. Just the atmosphere and how toxic game development is and such. And anyway, I'm sorry, my brain went off on a tangent there. So what was I going to test? Okay, it didn't look like that was bringing it down to the point that it needed to be. So we're going to bring it around way down low. So take this down to intensity 0.1 and zero point 0.1 on both. Let's give that a try. At least we can see from a distance that it's like irrationally huge. Because at a certain point, we had this attitude of, we want to be a good American company and, just hire people from the United States and such and bring money, be an example, hire as many Maine people as we could and such. There it is. It's coming toward us. We're just going to wait and just take a look. I think we could pump the intensity up. I think the size looks good. It's coming close. Come on over here, sweetie. I'll need to add an animator to the light so it pulses. But I think that's good. I just need to move the light up so that it's in the center of the being rather than below it. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Okay. How the cat falls? Yeah. There is a problem and with this, and yeah, the back kicks up a little bit too far when yeah, it's falling. I'll show you in just a moment when I adjust this. Because I really can't do anything with that stat system until I have a chance to speak with our coder, and really I can't do that in the middle of a live stream. That's just gauche. Slovenly. To the very edge if I can. There we go. Okay, let's see. And again, no shadows. No shadows. Excellent. I don't want no freaking flare on this, do I? Let's see how it looks. I think it's going to be too annoying. No, it's going to be stupid. Really, they should have a flare. It should just glow a little bit. And when I talk about actually the color of the light should be slightly off. There we go. Ah, I did it again. Oops. We gotta wait, sorry. I keep forgetting to apply the override to the prefab before we start, so I have to go get out of this, go back to our scene view, save, and then view our changes. Um, Game dev is a pain, but it beats heavy lifting. It beats going to an office every day. It beats, I will not doubt. I will not lie. And here, and I mean, really, I had a chance to listen to Henry Rollins again the other day. And can I just, this is something I want to talk about a little bit. 5 years ago, a little bit, no, actually, long, now it's been about 8 years. My father passed away. And I mean, it's kind of hard to listen to hear a 53-year-old guy say this is something like this, but if you're not, that looks great. That glow, it's got that little nimbus, just like boo. I just need to still have a little pulse on it. Just need to add an animator to that. I love that glow. That's just awesome. Okay, hey, a little bit of progress, but game development, and I'm going to bring from Henry Rollins to game development, and I mean, this is something that, I mean, that it's absolutely true. I mean, um, Henry Rollins, when he gave up a job, a lame job, at, what is it? Haagen Dazs. Yeah, the Haagen Dazs place to go and become the lead singer of Black Flag. And you go and you listen to his book, his audio book. He wrote a book called Get in the Van, and the whole audio book is online, and you listen to it, and it's like that guy. I mean, yeah, working at Haagen Dazs isn't the greatest existence, of course, but when you listen to what he did, what he had to put up through when he was touring with Black Flag, and like 90% of the time, The other bands hated each other, were beating each other up and stealing stuff from each other. 90% of the time, they didn't have food to eat. I mean, barely gas money to make it to the next gig when they were touring in Europe. And but the and every night I mean, if he was lucky enough to be able to get a bath somewhere, he would just be like, I've been soaking up the tub and watching the globules of spit that all the people spat at me during the gig, and like I'm bleeding from my eye. And but the thing but dude, that's what you sign up for. I'm not compare. It's just that working on Peace Island, um, it has been a wonderful experience. Just like I'm guarantee you, Henry Rollins would say playing with Black Flag was a wonderful experience. But my goodness, uh, getting screwed over, and and so on and so forth. And I mean, sometimes it gets really, really tough. And I was really glad that I listened to this Henry Rollins thing again, because over the past couple of weeks we've been trying to push out this playtest version. I was like coming up against bug and against bug and against bug, and listening to him just talk about all that time in the van, when he was in Black Flag and touring and all the trouble that he went through, and it made me realize, listen, it isn't about being right. If you do you want to do it or not? And if you're going to do it, push it. Just get on it. Just do it. Because just do it. I mean, nothing worth doing is easy. If something is easy, just run away from it. Quite frankly, I mean, just don't. Oh, game development stuff. Oh, so is playing Black Flag when I was getting beaten up every night and didn't eat for 2 days. Come on, I mean, just do it. This is what you were meant to do. So I really like Henry Rollins. I know some people consider him to be a recent sellout or anything, but the guy's 10 years older than me. I've seen everything that I've seen of the guy. I believe he's 100% genuine in everything that he says. And yes, he was incredibly lucky. And every time he's come out to speak, he said, I was incredibly lucky. I came from the world of, minimum wage, and any day I expect to be back there. And even though he's never had to go back, he still says that to this day, and I totally believe him, because that's the way I am. I came from the world of, minimum wage jobs. Before this, I was working at a grocery store at the age of what was I, God, 45, 46, working at a grocery store, bagging groceries, having an old woman scream at me, because I wasn't ready to die. And I couldn't dye my hair purple, even though, every woman there over the age of 50 dyed their hair. It was hell. But I put up with it because, I mean, what am I going to do? Complain? Why, goodness gracious. At least I could pay the freaking bills. At least I have food in the fridge. There you went. He said, wanted to see the cat falling. And by the way, it's performing very slow in here because inside the editor, the game tends to run much less slow. Let's get the cat up to a higher spot where you can see the cat falling. And yeah, I don't like the way that the butt kicks up. But, I was recently watching Malber's animations. And his, and we're still using his root. His animations did the same thing, and really, it's something we could put up with for now. Plus, I believe Lance is removing the last of the Malber's crap right now, even as we speak. So we may get rid of this here. This. Oh, that was a clean dismount. That wasn't what we were talking about. Let's see. Maybe up there. Oh, missing collider. Missing. I'm gonna have to make a note of that. Excuse me. Text editor. Missing collider at. Jeez. Missing collider at corner of sheriff. Goodness gracious! Wow, I can't believe that's there after all those months. Anyway, okay. What we're gonna do is we're gonna get up to the top of a roof of a building, somewhere up high, so we can fall. And Nosferatu was asking to see how the cats fell. Yeah, and you see the power lines, the joinings to the building. I need to add those, but you know, that I'll put that. I'll just add that to the list. Where can I fall from? Where can I fall from? If nothing else, we can fall from a telephone pole. Yeah, and we need to add these to that white box scene too, because some cats get happy. I mean, you should, like I said, they're happier if they're up top. Oh, don't fall, don't fall. We need to refine this dismount up here. It's still very just. There he's. You see that kick up the that butt kick. That's what you were talking about. Let's just go up again so we can see that. Hopefully, once we remove the Malbers, we'll be able to get a more natural dismount. We still don't have a proper run jump, and that annoys the bloody hell out of me. Let me tell you. Why, kitty? I need to maybe widen that collider up there. I thought it was much more wide. Let's see. Nope, can't. How come I can't jump? Oh, there we go. Onto the telephone poles. There we go. And now, oh, I can't. All right. All right, there we go. We're on a good surface to fall off of. Sorry it's so laggy. Yeah, you see there, that kick up on the butt? That's because I'm wondering whatever happened to transitions in animation. I mean, Unity used to be able to do that automatically. I'm wondering what the hell happened. I mean, here's the problem with the run jump. I'll show you. It pauses just a just for a beat before it run jumps, and that is not the way it should be. The cat. I mean, if anybody is a cat who cats when they run jump, it's a missile. Just and then I mean, I don't know. Well, no, I know why. And again, look, butterflies hugging the ground. So annoying. Now, here's something we did add. You see, if the cat goes into a crouch, we're going to be improving it. It's not perfect, but you see, shadows become a little bit lighter. We need to go into a darker area for really that to be visible. Let's see. We'll go into the woods. Yeah, you see there, that's that dismount you were talking about. Again, maybe Lance is able to fix that. And we still have a few of these problems with the sidewalk. You see that rising here? That gap? I spent about 3 days fixing those gaps over every piece of sidewalk, but there are still ones that between the different chunks of sidewalk. I need to address those, and I will. It's just like right now, it's not a freaking priority. You know what I'm saying? Out of all the things we got to do. Actually, considering it's not night right now, we really can't show this off in the woods. Now, one thing that is always a problem in the past was that, you know, stuff would get in the way of the cats. And thankfully, we've got it now. As you can see, as foliage gets closer, if it gets between you and the cat, it fades out and fades in so that you never lose sight of your cat. I need to add some hiding bushes. We already have some like bushes that when you get inside of them and sneak, the deer can't see you. Basically your predators can't see you and other such. Okay, now here, goodness, I think we're all of a sudden in the foggy weather. For some reason, it defaulted to foggy. It shouldn't be this foggy. But let's see. Oh, it's got to load again. Check sector chunk loads. But let's see. You can see it a bit on this end, and like I say, it's very light right now. But we want it so that when the cat goes into sneak mode, essentially the cat can see things much more clearly in dark areas and during the night. So, yeah. Oh, see a deer. Oh goodness. Hi deer. Hi giant doggy. All right, cool. Yeah, these are just placeholder conversations that we put into the recent playtest build, because the first playtest build that we released a couple of months ago, Oh, I love that show. So, there we go. That's the sunset. Let's just sit and watch the sunset. Um, the last build, when you encountered an NPC, it just had like a couple of black boxes come up, and it was just a generic one. And this time, we have it so that every conversation with each NPC is different, and they aren't very interesting conversations, as you just saw, but they are at least different. We're going to be adding a lot more, in times to come. But right now, it's just like one step at a time, man. Ooh. And if I could set the sky fog blend by now, I don't want to give away like a bunch of story, but I mean the whole thing about the deer. That's well, every NPC species has its like own crazy story. Let's just go and see if the beaver are there, because I think they are still there, but they're still like moving around at such a high volume of speed. They're like zipping around, and goodness, whatever happened to Veg Studio? You used to have this thing in Veg Studio where it would detect where the rocks were and not have trees growing out of the rocks. They somehow got rid of that, and it's very annoying. Okay, let's just look at where we are. I'm lost. I'm sorry. I always still get lost. Okay, so we're trying to find the beaver, which are over here by Battery. So I need to go basically northwest there. Battery Hamlet serves as sort of like a compass on an island if you. And I like going through it because again, you can see now you never lose track of the cat, no matter how thick the foliage is or whatever. You're always going to be able to keep track of your cat. And for a long time, that was such a pain when the cat went into the. You were like, what? Can't see what the heck I'm doing. Am I still moving in the right direction? Yeah. Actually, I'm going to go straight this way. Oh yeah, this is the Ellison. Yeah, this is Ellison Farm. I did want lights, volumetric lights around these night lights, but we seem to be having a problem with volumetric lights at the moment. Gonna see what I can do. So we're just gonna go see if we can find the beaver over here, and we may have to wait until morning. I don't know. Morning is only a couple of minutes away. Oops. Oh, look, Kitty. Hi. Hey, how about you join us? There you go. I forgot there were the cats out here. Okay, this is a bug. Um, you see how the cat is swimming? There should be a body of. There's actually should be a lake here, so something's happening. Gonna have to look into that. And the beavers, they should be over here. Let's just go into the scene view and see if we can see the beavers. Yeah, there you are, little kitty. I could have sworn I put that body of water back in there. That's sort of annoying. Okay, so, oh yeah, you see, there's a kitty right there. But do we have any beavers? Let's see. Yeah, beaver, here we go. Where are you, beaver? Yeah. Yeah, I see he's zipping around really fast. I'm gonna have to adjust, and it doesn't look like he's walking. I need to get that animator work. Yeah, the AI, it's probably not addressing the right script. But yeah, the beavers are out here. It's just, let's see. We're over here. We're gonna have to go there. Yeah. Oh God, it's nighttime now. All right, it's a good time to show you. Let's see. Yeah, it gets a little bit lighter. You can definitely see the things get lighter when you crouch. But again, still not ideal quantity. And there should be more flowers over in this one meadow rather than just these yellow goldenrods here or whatever these are. But anyway, what I think I'm going to be, I've been now doing for 59 minutes. I have to, congratulations, Nosferatu. congrats. I remember that time. Uh, it does get better after high school in certain regards, but not in all regards. If you're going to college, unfortunately, you're going to discover the same idiots that were in high school suddenly show up there too. That was the biggest disappointment for me in college. I mean, when I left high school, it's like, oh, I'm gonna get to go to college, and I'm gonna hang around with like people with big brains like me, and I go in there. Oh no, 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 oh, no. Anyway, and yes, when I was 18, I did think I had a big brain, but no, no, I don't. Hey, well, so congrats with that. But I've been going for an hour now. I was able to get that the mushroom prefab just perfect there with that glow. But I really need to have a conversation with Lance because or if you I mean Nosferatu was here. We could not get the uh, fun that to rise inside of our white box. I need to have a conversation with our coder about that. So, and that's something I can't do live. So I appreciate everybody tuning in. Mm. Yeah, geez, these days, geez, I'm old, and now I've been here for like going off on off in college. Uh, I dropped out twice, and that is mostly because of just the first time was because of youthful stupidity, and the second time is because basically my mother had forced me on some really bad medication that was exacerbating a existing condition that I had, and I was busy waking up in ditches and jail and things like that in that point in my life. So yeah, that's why I quit. And I don't know how college has changed. I mean, I'm 53 years old. I don't know how things have changed since then. Maybe college, is a lot different now. But right now we're going through such a revolution with ChatGPT, and I just don't know where we're heading as far as education goes. Can I tell you, I did find, I mean, the one thing that I think is true is that everybody is going to have to spend a couple of years um, struggling to find their, a steady path in life. I think that college, excuse me, for my belching, I think that college shaves a little bit of time off of that, that those years that you're going to be wandering in the wilderness going, what do I do, how come I can't get a job, et cetera, et cetera. And college helps with that, but it doesn't. I don't think it eliminates it entirely. um mm, uh it's all up to everybody. It depends on what you want to get into study for. I mean, the stuff that I'm doing right now with here, I don't think these coding languages existed when I was in college. So it's like, if I went to college, would I have been able to pick any of this up? I don't know. So take care. Good wishes. And um, if you're anything like, let me tell you, uh, I'm pretty sure if you're having a graduation at your high school, you're going to have that big graduation high school party. Um, have a designated driver, uh, sir or madam, because let me tell you, um, I wasn't invited to them when I was that young, but since then in my 20s, and I wandered through one. Let me tell you, kids, you guys party hard, but then again, we partied hard back in our day. Anyway, 80s. Yeah. Nosferatu, after my I never went to my prom. I never went to graduation party or anything. I mean, well, here's it. I never went to our graduation party, but a couple of years later, I went to one in a town called Tullahoma. I used to live in Tennessee. I lived in Tennessee for about 13 years, and in one of those times, I was just like, oh, heck, I got my scooter. What the heck? I'm just gonna go to Tullahoma and see, because I miss mine. And I'm going to see how the kids party. And yep, a lot of drinking, a lot of vomiting. I will say, um, geez, I don't even want to go into that. I'm going to step right back from that. I'm just going to say Well, no. Who knows? I don't know how sexually promiscuous kids were back when my day. They probably were just every bit as much as they are now. I just don't know. It seems to me that kids are a little bit wacky these days. Well, I was concerned, but yeah, I think that's what every older generation thinks of the one that comes after them. And what's ironic is every young generation thinks that they've invented things that their grandparents were doing. Anyway, guys, we're getting off subject of game dev into like life, etc., etc., etc. So I really should go because I have to talk to our coder about this fun situation. Take care, and I'll be back in a few days. Bye.